Hello and welcome once again to the weekly Professor Mop Top update video. I guess I shouldn't say once again, I should say welcome. And that should be that. Hello, how are you? I hope you're all well. As always, I thank you from the bottom of my heart a million times over. I wanted to update you and tell you what's been going on this week. I've still been deep in 1965 music. There's a lot of cool stuff. I wrote a lot about the Stones, who had The Last Time, Can't Get No Satisfaction, Get Off My Cloud, and As Tears Go By in 1965. A couple of those songs were credited to Nanker Felge, who is a pseudonym for all the Rolling Stones combined. Also in 1965 they charted, although it was released late 64, with Time on My Side, which the Stones were familiar with the Irma Thomas version. Originally, however, it was done by Kai Winding. You could learn about that. Also, I started, and I'll probably keep moving steadily along with Motown records. There's so much to know about Motown. In 1965, the Supremes alone had I Hear a Symphony, Stop in the Name of Love, and Back in My Arms Again. Thank you very much, Honey Pie. We'll call you. The music of the week. I'm going to be sending you, and I mean you, 4 separate hunks of audio. It's the A-side and the B-side of 2 different singles. I Feel Fine is the first one. I Feel Fine was the single that came from the sessions that spawned the Beatles' For Sale album. At first, 8 Days a Week was going to be the single, but then when I Feel Fine came along, they thought this is a much better song. This will now be the single, and 8 Days a Week will wind up on the album. In the United States, they put 8 Days a Week out on a single, but again, they did this to make a little bit of dough. I Feel Fine has the distinction of being the first song to have a recorded feedback album. George Harrison says that the Beatles invented Jimi Hendrix. While that might not be the best way of saying it, he's not completely wrong. It's an unusually kind of upbeat song for John, who's talking about how he loves the girl, and when she says nice things, it makes him feel fine. There was a lot of live versions of this that really went over well. The Beatles really enjoyed playing it live. Ringo shines especially bright on this track. He rides the hi-hat. That's a musical term that I think I understand, but I'm not totally sure. On the B-side of I Feel Fine was the song called She's a Woman. They recorded a 7-minute version, which is a lot of Paul McCartney woo-hooing and screaming, and you could find that in Bootleg World. It's pretty interesting. The song was written in the morning of October 8th, 1964, and then they finished it up in the studio, recorded it in the afternoon. Once again, Honey Pie, we're busy right now. Paul was very proud of using the phrase "turns me on" because they were really into marijuana at this point, and they thought the phrase "turns me on" could mean a couple different things, possibly dirty, possibly drug related. At any point, Paul enjoyed the turn on aspect of it. He liked that it was bluesy, and it was also a big part of their live show. They played that a lot of times. The other single that you're going to be hearing about this week is the I Want to Hold Your Hand This Boy single. I Want to Hold Your Hand is just great. Any musicians that know what I'm talking about, you might be able to explain this to me, but I Want to Hold Your Hand starts on the 2.5. It's an unusual place for a song to begin. If you listen closely, it doesn't start with 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't totally understand that. Maybe you do. I Want to Hold Your Hand was written with the American market in mind. The Beatles really wanted to not just be popular in Europe, they wanted to move to the United States and then the world, which is exactly what happened. There started to be some stories about Beatlemania in the American press. A copy of the 45 of I Want to Hold Your Hand, which was released in England, was smuggled into the United States by a stewardess. She gave it to a DJ. He played it on WWDC and other radio stations, simply recorded I Want to Hold Your Hand from the radio broadcast and played it on their own. This caused Capitol Records to notice that this was happening, so they rushed the release of I Want to Hold Your Hand. On the B-side of that was This Boy, which is the more sensitive side of the Beatles. John was trying to sound like Smokey Robinson, again with the Motown influence. He wanted to be heartbroken the way Smokey was, and You Really Got a Hold on Me. That was recorded the same day as I Want to Hold Your Hand. That was a really good day for the Beatles. And on top of all that, you'll hear in the audio as well that this was the day that they recorded their very first Christmas message for the fans. This is so much fun, I don't even want to talk about it. Thank you so much a million times over. Thank you for downloading your Wii transfers. As always, if you have any questions, or comments, let me know at ProfessorMopTop.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.